What's up, and welcome back to another episode of the 4-9 Show. The 4-9 Show. The 4-9 Show. It's your boy K.O.D.S, and I'm back. I've been gone all week. It's been a crazy, hectic week. I apologize, but I'm back. This week, I said, you know what? Why don't I just wait till Saturday, discuss some of the games last Sunday, and talk about the game coming up tomorrow. So, it's Saturday, September the 14th. Let's get it. All right. It's a good day because it's a football weekend, and tomorrow we're going into week 2 trying to get another win because we're undefeated. We're 1-0. Who would have thunk it? I did. I said that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were not a match for us. I thought we would win. Back when I done my video and my Madden simulation and everything, I said that I thought we would start off 3-0 and finish with an 11-5 record. Now, I've been kind of falling back on that a little bit, but I'm not going to go away from it. I'm still going to say what I say. I said 11-5. That's what I'm saying it's going to be. But the lack of good play, the consistency that I'm looking for from the wide receiver group, has got me a little bit worried, I'm not going to lie. I don't really know who to blame it on. I don't know if I want to say it's all the receiver's fault or it's all of Garappolo's fault. He's just still playing pretty rusty. And I don't want to talk about him too bad, too quick, because it was just week 1. And as we know, sometimes, for the most part now, that people don't want to play preseason anymore, it takes about 2 weeks before we actually get into the real regular season, like week 3. So, with that being said, to kick off the 4-9 show, we're 1-0. It wasn't a pretty win, but if you're like me, and I'm sure you are, we'll take it any way we can get it. Any way we can get it. And we got to win. So, we got the W. We won last week, 31-17. I said we would win 27-23, I believe. But we did. We won. We scored 4 more points than what I predicted. And we allowed the defense to score 6 less points than what I predicted. And that's good. Not to mention we gave them 7 points with the Jimmy Garappolo pick 6 that we will talk about. I'll get into it in a moment. But what do you guys think about that game? How do you think we were? I mean, I can't believe that we actually witnessed the 49ers win a game on the road, and they did it by defense, by good defense. That was good. I mean, the pass rush was good. A lot of good rushes by D. Ford and Nick Bosa, who got out there and toughed it out and played. He had a sack and a half. D. Ford had a strip sack, fumble. It was just a good game by both of those guys on the edge, which is what we were expecting. This is what we've been talking about and what we've been looking forward to, and we got to see it. Now, will we see it tomorrow? That remains to be seen because Bosa is questionable and he's listed as a game time decision. He'll try to go, but he only practiced Friday, yesterday. He had been sitting out of practice all week, and he finally got back into one yesterday. So, are we going to be able to see both of them on the field again? If we do, I think Andy Dalton is going to be in more trouble than Jameis Winston was in last week, because Andy Dalton also gives the ball up in situations like this. When it matters the most, he will give the defense the football. So, Bosa and Ford were great on the outside edge rush, as we expected, as we hoped for. 2 guys that were also good on the outside that we probably didn't expect was really the game clincher, Sherm and Spoon. Richard Sherman and Ahkello Witherspoon both had interceptions, and they were both freaking pick 6s. I mean, who would have thought? It was great to see how good. And this is the reason why Shanahan and Lynch, and we fought with them for, hey, man, why you didn't get Trey Boston? Why you ain't calling Eric Berry? Well, guys, look, this is what they thought, and it's beginning to look like it was a good thought. If we keep these guys, they will be fine if we get a pass rush. And they loaded the pass rush. Now we've got 5 D linemen who are former first-round picks, and D. Ford, Nick Bosa, the most recent, Armstead, Buckner, and Solly T. And all these guys are coming in and out, rotating and things like that, but they all got a good amount of snaps. They look good, and they made the secondary look good. Richard Sherman is still holding like he used to do in Seattle. My son doesn't like him. He still just feels like he's just, but He's right. There was some plays where Sherman was called for holding. There was a big play toward, well, it wasn't a big play, but they were trying to come back and get another score. And the deep ball, I believe it was to Mike Evans. Sherman and Evans got the hand checking a lot, and he never really got turned around, and he was holding. They reviewed it as well, I believe, and, they said, okay, it's still not a PI. So basically, it seems like the referees are just going to go with their first call. They don't care about you throwing the flag saying, hey, that was pass interference, or hey, that wasn't pass interference. They're still just going to go with what they say, and that they're not going to mistake their wrong. That's what I'm seeing. And that's why some people don't want or don't like this new, PI challenge thing. I don't know. I mean, I thought it would be helpful if you get it right, but they can see that they were wrong and still say it stands, whatever they called, whether it was a PI or not a PI. I'm not very fond of that if they're going to do it like that. It just seems like a waste of our time. But with that being said, we caught a break on that last one, but he did get some holes earlier in the game. If he's back to being 100%, hey, he was playing Mike Evans. Witherspoon played Mike Evans, and he did a pretty good job. Spoon is playing better. He looked better last Sunday. And a lot of that is because of what we've always talked about. Bring in competition. If there's competition, it brings out the best in these players. And he sees Jason Verrett getting healthier. He sees Jason Verrett in practice, and he knows that what he's capable of doing if he's healthy and on the field. So with that being said, Spoon is trying to keep him on the sideline or stick him in a slot sometime or something as a nickel corner. He doesn't want him taking his outside job. And I like it. That's good. That's a good problem to have. Verrett may play tomorrow, though. I mean, he's looking like he could, be expected to play, make his 49er debut. Where he's going to line up at, we don't know. Is he going to start? Hadn't heard that. But he may still be out there, and we would like to see what he's going to do. If somebody knows what number he's wearing since the training camp thing is over with, comment at the bottom because I really hadn't looked into that. Okay, but Spoon and Sherm both had pick sixes. D4 and Bosa were good. They were outstanding in the pass rush. Buckner didn't have one of his best games, and that's saying a lot that we still were able to play that good, and he didn't really give a lot coming up the middle. That's not going to happen every Sunday. He will be there when you step up. I saw Bosa got a sack with the leg tackle. He tripped Winston up as he stepped up in the pocket. That's usually what we expect to see Buckner or Armstead or Thomas, whoever's going to be interior. Well, Bosa got that sack off an assist from D Ford. D Ford is the reason why Winston came up in the pocket, moved up. He was just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. We made Winston just close his eyes and say, fuck it, I'm throwing it. And that's what we want. And I think Sunday we can do the same to Andy Dalton, especially if Joe Mixon is not playing. He's questionable. He's a game time decision. He could go, but he might not. And if not, okay, so what? We'll get a break. We never really get breaks. Usually when it comes down to the injuries, it falls on us. We the one who gets the bad end of the stick on that. So, I'm not going to be mad if Joe Mixon can't go. Yeah, we would like to see all the starters and see how good we really are with against competition. But, hey, man, right now, let's just get some wins in September and October, and then we'll see what we really are as the season goes on, because everybody gets better when we get into the real part of the regular season. Playoff, when people are getting in their playoff form, playoff mode, November and December. The Patriots are never really good in September. They're just good enough. But they're a totally different team when December hits. So let's just get the wins. I don't care how we get them. I'll take them. I think we're going 2-0 tomorrow. I think we will be 3-0 next week against the Steelers. And I will be at that game at Levi Stadium. Okay, but back to last week. I talked about the pass rush in the secondary. It looked good. It looked better because the pass rush was there. But I want to get to this part right quick. I said that we were really scratching our head as far as to why in the hell are they not trying to get Trey Boston or somebody at safety? Because we've been worried about safety. And Mr. Glass is always hurt. He's hurt again with a broke finger. I started to do a video about that as soon as I could, but I just said, you know what? The hell with it, man. I mean, what's the breaking news? Jimmy Ward's hurt again. So what? He could have played. He's got a cast on it, but it could get infected and things like that. It was still an open wound, so they didn't want to take a chance on that. And why do that when you've got somebody who you want to see what can he do in a real game where it matters? Week 1. We've never had him playing at safety when it matters. We had him outside of his position last year. Let's see how he does. And that guy is Tavarius Moore. Man, look, Tavarius Moore had about 2 missed tackles. Not going to lie. He needs to get better on that. But it's hard to do that when you don't let the guys tackle in practice. But besides the 2 missed tackles, Tavarius Moore had 5 solo tackles, if I'm not mistaken. He had a drop interception. He had 3 balls targeted him and no catches. That's pretty good. You see what happens when you put a player where they really belong? He belongs at free safety. Tavarius Moore did good at free safety. He looked good to me. I was looking at him in the preseason and I was saying, hey, this guy, he's all right. He may be the answer. He may be. This may be the reason why they didn't go out and get someone else. But we didn't know what to think because Tavarius Moore was still kind of listed as corner. Then they finally said, we're moving him back to safety. I don't know. The whole Solomon Thomas thing is getting on my nerves too because they're not playing him interior at all, really. They still got him on the edge. I don't understand that. It really baffles me. But back to Moore. Moore looked good to me. I want to see Moore starting again tomorrow. I think he will. I think he should. And I think one more good game from him, or if he gets a pick this Sunday, tomorrow, I think he's got that job. I've been saying this for a little minute now. Moore is ready to take over that spot. And it's good that Jimmy Ward can't play because we love him. We have our man crush on Jimmy Ward for some reason so much. We don't want anybody else to take his spot. But look, he's versatile. Whenever he comes back, play him at nickel corner, play him on the slide, do whatever you want to do, but don't play him at free safety. I think Moore, I don't want to jump the gun. I don't want to overreact. But Moore, he looked good Sunday to me. If he had caught that pick, I think he was making a house call 99 yards down the field. But it was a hell of a play, though. It was a 4th down play, and we were able to turn the ball on downs. Turn it over on downs. We got the ball back. We stopped them from scoring. It was a good play. I just wish he, next time, finish. Moore, you got to finish. So, what do you all think about Tavarius Moore? What do you think about the defense as a whole? Pass rush looking good. We know the pass rush makes the secondary look good. He's got speed. We were worried about his range, if he could go from sideline to sideline and track balls down. But he hasn't really been targeted a lot. It's something that they see from Southern Miss, his tape. His speed definitely was good. I think he ran a 4.3 speed in the 40 at the combine a few years ago. So, hey, look. And he's from Southern Miss, my home. Look. Good job by Tavarius Moore. I think he deserves the starting job, and I think he's earned it, and I think if he keeps playing good, it's his. And Jimmy Ward, you're out of here. So moving along, let's go to the offense real quick. It's not a lot to talk about. Jimmy Garappolo threw a pick 6. You don't throw the ball to the running back on that route. He's just really a decoy. He's not supposed to be targeted. They're looking for that, and they jumped it. They're watching film on Garappolo, and it just almost seems like defenses know what he's about to do. He's seeming to be predictable. I don't know. The verdict is still out on Jimmy Garappolo, y'all. It still is. I know a lot of people want him to be that guy. I want him to be that guy. But if he's not, man, it's time to move on. I'm going to give it to about week 5 when we come back from the bye against Cleveland on Monday night. If he hasn't gotten out of this rust, if he still looks shaky, if he still looks shook, or whatever it is, like a deer in headlights, if he's not looking like the Garappolo I saw in 2017 when he won 5 games in a row to finish the season and got that big-ass contract. If I don't see that Garappolo between now and week 5, I'm ready to say, Kyle, go ahead and put in Nick Mullins. Their QBR rating, their passing yards, per attempts and all that stuff looks just alike to me. Let's just go ahead and make the switch. Not saying Nick Mullins is going to be a leader. It's going to be the quarterback of this franchise to lead this team to championships. I'm not saying that. But right now, what do you got? If you don't have anything else better, then that's what you got to do. And I'm not calling for Garappolo's head. I'm just saying that he has been inconsistent. He made one good dime throw to Richie James for a touchdown. But other than that, we didn't see anything deep. It was just dink, dunk, dig, dunk. And there's rumors that Kyle Shanahan does not trust Garappolo on the deep ball. Then that's why he's calling plays the way he's calling the plays. Guys, 49er fans, we've got to find somebody else to help Jimmy G out as well. So that's why I say I don't know who I want to put the blame on. Maybe it goes 50% to Garappolo and 50% to the receivers. But if your name is not George Kittle, you're not doing anything. You're not showing me anything. And I need you to show me more, okay? Bourne, Goodwin, Debo. They said Debo got too many snaps Sunday. Pettis should have got more. Pettis only had 2 snaps. What's up with that? We're looking for this breakout season for Pettis, but there has to be something that he's showing in practice to why he didn't get that many snaps. I know he's dealing with a little growing injury or whatever, but everybody's always seemed to be nicked up for the 49ers. We need Trent Taylor back. The foot, we need him back. Jaylen Hurd, the back, we need him back. And a report came out this morning that both of those guys should be back after the bye. So that's week 5. So that's another game for me to watch Garappolo when he gets his main guy, because I still think Trent Taylor is his main guy, his main target. He got a lot of he had a really great rapport with him in those 5 games during that stretch in 2017 over the middle with Trent Taylor. And I think he does get open good over the middle. You know, he's just kind of like, you know, quick and he can do some things, you know, and it's hard to stay with him, you know, kind of like that Julian Edelman, Wes Welker type stuff in the middle. We need him back. But unfortunately, we can't get him back until after the bye. That's week 5. But the good thing is he gets that bye week, another week, him and Jaylen Hurd. And so we've only got 2 more games before the bye. Bengals and Steelers. I think we could easily be 3-0. Get those guys back after the bye, and now we cooking. Monday night, Cleveland Browns. We're cooking. So let's just see how this offense is going to go. But I need somebody to step up and make plays. We let Jordan Matthews go. All right, now I need somebody to do something. Debo, he was okay, but he had that fumble. You know, I know he's a rookie, first game in the NFL, debut. I get it. But, hey, look, let's hold on to that ball. Let's not make these mistakes. Kendrick Bourne, inconsistent. He'll make a great catch, and then he'll drop a ball that he should have caught easily. Just not sold on him. I've never been. He's all right. That's just all I can say. He's all right. Everybody on this roster is just all right. And I don't want all right. I want good. You know, I want elusiveness, speed, separation. Shanahan's expecting all these guys to do that, and they can't do it, though. And Shanahan drafted Pettis in the round 2. He moved up to draft him in round 2. You got to be better. You got to bring in better people. And I'm beginning to think that Pettis, he's looking soft. He's looking like he can't get separation when he's lined up outside. He got some wiggle to him if you line him up inside. But we've got so many inside receivers. This was something that I was worried about. Why do we get Debo and Hurd a big slot receiver, if you want to be real, when we've already got people like Taylor who plays in the middle and Pettis is better in the middle? I know that they have this whole narrative that it's Goodwin and Pettis on the outside, but Pettis really does not get separation on the outside. If you watch the film, if you put your hands in his chest and jam him up, that play's over with. He's not even going to get into his route. He's not even going to get, it's over. I need to see more from Pettis. Maybe he'll make me put my foot in my mouth like I did about some of the guys who I thought would get cut. Richie James needs more snaps. That's to give him a shot. He didn't have a great game, but he didn't get a lot of snaps either. But he took advantage of the few opportunities they had. He got a touchdown. There's no need to talk about Kittle. We know Kittle was the man. Shanahan can scheme him open. He can scheme a lot of people open. But he also doesn't need that at all. We know Kittle can create his own separation. He just gets open. So he's the man. There's really nothing to talk about him. We know he's the best receiver that we have. And that's not good because he's our tight end. We need somebody else to step up. Somebody has to take advantage of this. Everybody's watching Kittle. And it used to be like this years ago when Vernon Davis was our best receiving target and it was a tight end. We've got to do better with the wide receiver, man. I mean, look, it's been 15, 16 years since Terrell Owens left the 49ers. We have not had a 1,000-yard receiver since he left. That's sad. Kittle done it, but he's a tight end. I mean, wide out. It's time to get better, guys. Do you think it's more of the receivers or more of the quarterback? Or do you think it's a little bit of both? We're going to find out Sunday in Cincinnati. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff time. I'll be ready. I'll be watching, and I know you will be too. So, guys, last week it was up and down, but it was a win nonetheless, and we'll take it any way we can get it. Tomorrow, the Bengals, I don't really know a lot to say about them because I was so tuned into our game last Sunday, I didn't see a single play of the Seahawks and Bengals last week. But Andy Dalton threw over 400 yards on the road in Seattle. And the new coach, I can't even think of his name, but he's another Zach Taylor or something like that. But Zach is the guy, the Bengals' new head coach is the guy who comes from a McVay offense, Shanahan-like offense, you know, and Matt LaFleur, like in Green Bay. This is another guy out of that system who people hadn't really talked about him that much because it's not Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur. He's not with Aaron Rodgers. He's with Andy Dalton. But, you know, maybe we should be watching out for him because he does run that offense and it may be a little different. He may have some new things that he wants to, you know, be creative and put in. But, you know, we may have to watch that. I mean, 400 yards for Andy Dalton, that don't even sound like Andy Dalton. I mean, Andy Dalton's cool, but you know he's not when it's a playoff game or it's a clutch moment. He just gives the ball to somebody else. He's done that time and time again. And I think the Bengals should be thinking about another quarterback in the near future. But if he makes Dalton look better, then he's a pretty good coach. I don't know if he's calling the plays or not, but all I'm saying is, guys, I think we should win this game tomorrow. But we should be on the lookout. We should be, you know, we shouldn't just say, hey, we got this in the bag. Because Andy Dalton threw 400 yards in Seattle. Now, regardless if Seattle's defense isn't that good anymore or not, that's still something to say doing that in Seattle. You know, with that 12th man and as loud as they are, they did good. You know, they didn't win, but they had to have been pretty good offensively. But now, so if Mixon's not there, we got a real good shot. I think we can get Andy Dalton, even though they're at home. But how would it be for us to go 2-0 and win 2 straight road games to start the season? Last Sunday was our first road win since, man, I don't know, 2016. Cap's last win in the NFL at the Coliseum in LA against the Rams. A comeback win on Christmas Eve. That was our last road win. If we could win this week too, man, that's like, okay, so we can win away from Levi Stadium as well. We're on to something here. The 49ers seem like they're getting this close to getting back to where they used to be. We are a glorified team, the glory days. When you talk big franchises, yeah, you're going to bring up the Steelers and the Cowboys, but you're going to bring up the 49ers too, because that's just who we are. Since the 80s, we've been the shit, you know, and we've been in this drought, true enough. What was it, 7 years, 7-year drought of no playoffs before Harbaugh came. And then Harbaugh came, we had 3-4 good seasons, and then we went back into this drought again. But I think we're going to come out of this. It's been a bad 5 years, but I think we're coming out of this year. I said 11-5. Remember I said it. And we're not even looking that good yet. But if we get the clicking, if Garappolo gets the clicking, I stand by that record, and it will be just what I said, if not better. Because the schedule, to me, I think it works in our favor. I mean, yeah, we may lose to Green Bay, we may lose in Baltimore, you know, but in New Orleans we may lose, but, you know, and we may lose in Seattle, but that's still just 4 losses right there. And I'm not sure if we're going to lose in Seattle, to be honest with you. And we may lose to the Rams, but I think we also split with those teams that I just said as well, the Rams and the Seahawks. So, I mean, I've only got about 5 losses. I think we sweep the Cardinals this year. I think the Cardinals are going to suck. I think Kyler Murray is going to be trash in this offense, this air raid shit. Remember I said this when I made my prediction. Man, what's his name? The Cardinals head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, was a hot commodity, got the job, and I don't understand why. He had a losing record at Texas Tech. He was losing. I mean, he did not have a winning record. Why was he so hot? I don't think this stuff is going to work. I think Kyler Murray still thinks he's in college. They looked terrible last week in the first half. And then they still come back, but they couldn't win. You know, so, and I wish they had took that loss. So now nobody lost in the NFC West last week. Nobody lost a game. Not even the Cardinals, even though they didn't win. So they finished with the tie against Detroit. But if Seattle loses tomorrow in Pittsburgh, which I'm hoping they do, and we can win, which I'm thinking we will, and the Cardinals, I'm not sure who they have, but I'm sure they'll lose. The Rams, yeah, they'll probably win, but I think we could be 2-0 with the Rams, sitting right there at 1, and the Cardinals and the Seahawks, a game behind us. And I think that we can just get this thing rolling. I don't think the Rams are going to have the year that everybody thinks they're going to have. I don't think they're going back to the Super Bowl. I think they take a step back. Man, I think we really can win this division. I just need the offense to click because this defense is going to get better. I love when I heard D4 say, man, that wasn't even my best game. I wasn't even really happy with that shit. Like, damn, for real? Motherfucker, you did most shit last Sunday in one game than we've had anybody do in I don't know how long. Since the Justin Smith, Alden Smith, era. I mean, it was good. It was good. I like the defense, man. It's looking better. Man, it's looking better. K.O.D.S knocking balls down, getting PBUs. Spoon getting PBUs. I don't like when corners do this all the time. I hate that shit. But I love it when they doing it and they actually are, not letting them complete balls. And that's good. So I just need the offense to get better. Wide receivers get better. Okay, O-line block better because the running game was kind of iffy. Okay, so speaking of the running game, I almost forgot. Tevin Coleman, he also should be back after the bye. That's what they're saying. Hurd, Trent Taylor, and Coleman should be back after the bye. What do you think of Tevin Coleman? He was looking okay before the injury, before the ankle sprain. Breida, he needs more snaps though. I see Breida having a big day tomorrow. If you're a fantasy guy, I see you putting Breida on there, and I see you winning a lot of, getting a lot of points with Breida because he's going to get a majority of the carries. But we're still fine with him and Mostert. I think we'll be okay. The line just needs to block better. They didn't block that good, in my opinion, on Sunday. As a whole, the offense has to, get better. But it was week 1, so I don't want to be too hard on them. So that pretty much does it for me. Tomorrow in Cincinnati, I think we should get this win. I don't really know a lot about the Bengals defense, but I think the offense has to be better. It just has to be. I'm not worried about crowd noise or anything like that. We've been in Ohio all week. They went to Youngstown. That's what they do. And they stayed there for the trip. And Garappolo ate some good Italian food. George Kittle ate some Kung Fu. What am I about to say? Kung Fu Panda. He ate some some of that Chinese panda stuff, whatever you call it. Shanahan said he ate good. He didn't hit the gym at all. They had a good time. They had some good practices. They've been in Ohio already. They're ready. Let's get it. The last time we done this was in, I believe, 2011. Harbaugh kept them up there in Youngstown. We got out to a good start. We snuck up on people in 2011, and we were in the NFC Championship game. And that was the year that we also played the AFC North. We beat the Bengals. We beat the Steelers on a Monday night. We beat the Browns. We beat everybody but the Ravens. We lost to the Ravens on a Thanksgiving night. Other than that, we had a good 2011 season, and we went on to the NFC Championship before we fell short to the Giants. This could be that 2011 season. I just feel it. I just think that we're going to sneak up on some people. Our expectations weren't quite as high this year as they were last year. But what I want to ask you people is, who's going to be the quarterback by then? I think we can still do this with Mullins or Garappolo. I'm just being real. I'm not hating on Garappolo. I want Garappolo to have a good season. But, hey, look, if we win, I don't give a damn who's the quarterback. I don't care if we get the Spates dude back from wherever he's at, practice squad, or I don't even know if he's signed or not. I'm just saying, though. I don't care if it's C.J. Beathard, Mullins, or Garappolo. I just want to win. And I think the defense is showing us now that they can help us win games like the Harbaugh era did. Vic Fangio, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman. Those guys won a lot of games for us. We didn't win a lot of games offensively. Let's just be real. We've got Shanahan, who is an offensive coach and a play caller. We should be better. And it's time to get better. He's got to trust his quarterback. Garoppolo's got to put that trust in him. He's got to show him I can do it. We need to go deep. Goodwin is on the field. We need to be going deep. We need to do more. We need to open it up a little bit more. Don't know what's going on with that, but this is why I'm thinking if we're 3-1, 3-2, somewhere around week 6. And Garappolo still is not looking sharp. I say he thinks we still got a shot at this. I'm pulling him, and I'm bringing in Nick Mullins and give him a shot to see if he can get us over the hump and open this offense up and run it wide open and make a run for the playoffs. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's going to necessarily happen if Garappolo continues to play bad, but he waits until our season is completely over. I don't think that's going to be the case, regardless of what he's making. Remember, they can get out of his contract this year if this don't work out. Remember that. And don't forget the rumors about Garappolo getting shipped off to Minnesota and then Shanahan getting his boy Kirk Cousins back like he wanted him in the first place in San Francisco if neither have a good year where they're at. Mike Florio started that rumor, and he's a Viking fan. Keep that in mind. He doesn't like Cousins. I guess he would like to take his chance with Garappolo. I'm not sure. But, I'm not crazy about Cousins. He's a good, accurate thrower outside. He can do things outside the numbers that Garappolo hadn't showed me he could do. I'm not going to lie. But he's just not a winner. Like when the game is on the line, he can't win. He can't beat Chicago when it mattered last year. He couldn't beat Green Bay when it mattered. He couldn't beat the Cowboys in Washington when it mattered. I mean, he couldn't beat the Giants when they could have won and went to the playoffs. He throws crucial picks in the most crucial moments. So I don't trust him on that part. But he's a better thrower. It looks like it than Garappolo. And I know Garappolo doesn't have Stephon Diggs and that other bad boy, man, Adam Thielen. But still, let's be real. Let's be real. Kirk Cousins didn't have a consistent running game last year. And the defense underachieved in Minnesota. They whooped ass Sunday, though. So, Cousins may not be going anywhere anyway. This all may just be irrelevant what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to let you know that there's rumors that there's some tension between Shanahan and Garappolo, and he doesn't trust them. And we can't just methodically pick our way down the field all the time against everybody. We have to show that we're a threat down the field in order to open things up run game-wise, the underneath routes and all of that. I got to see more than just this short stuff. I need to see it. If he doesn't get better by week 5, week 6, I'm telling you right now, Shanahan may pull him, and it may look like Garappolo was just a product of the system in New England, which some people have been thinking for years that's why Brady still looks like he looks because of the system. Who knows? But look, I'm gonna stop. I'm going on too long. Let me know what you think the score is gonna be. If you get it right in your comment, I'll shout you out on my next video to start it off. What else did I have? You know what? Let's get a win. Let's get a win. Let's go 49ers. Let's get a win. Let's go 2-0. Let's beat the Bengals. Who you think is going to have a big game? Who you think is going to be good? I'm looking at Tavarius Moore, and I'm looking at Witherspoon a little bit more careful this tomorrow, because these are the guys who was like, man, we are so much better once these guys step up and do what we didn't expect, or what some people might have didn't expect. And then there's Verrett if Spoon goes down, or if they both are playing good, that's a good problem to have. D-line, rushing. I never thought I'd be saying this, but the offense is what I'm worried about right now. We need the offense to be better. We just do. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Let me know what you think the score is going to be. I say we beat Cincinnati in Cincinnati. And I know I'm complaining about the offense, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, Garappolo, I'm going to jump out the window. Don't let me down. If we won 31-17 in Tampa Bay, and we're playing the Bengals without an A.J. Green and possibly without a Joe Mixon, I think we win tomorrow 35-13. I said it. 49ers all over the Bengals, 35-13. They're going to have flashbacks to the 2 Super Bowl losses that they have against us, and that's it. Drop the mic. Bitch! You've been watching another episode of the 4-9 Show with your boy K.O.D.S, and I'll be back. I'm going to try to come back tomorrow after the game. We be so rowdy and crazy, and we were just happy that we won last Sunday, and I got in too late to do one after the game. But I'm going to try to go ahead and do something tomorrow evening, after we win, because it's an early game. So Niners, Bengals tomorrow. We're 1-0. We're trying to go 2-0. I think we do. I think the defense plays outstanding again. I think the offense gets a little bit better. Pettis, I need you to show me something, man. Give me a touchdown. If you're going to have the breakout here, give me the touchdown. I need to see something. I need you to have about 6-7 catches. When is somebody going to get 8 catches? Remember when you used to see the good wide receivers back in the day every Sunday? T.O., Moss. These guys have 8, 9, 10 catches, 130 yards, 120 yards, a touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. And then, some days Moss and T.O. had their days where they had 3 and 4 touchdowns in one game. We were so ungrateful back then. We didn't realize how great of wide receivers we were watching at that time. To still do what they did. Arthur Rice and Chris Carter and, those guys had left the game. Man, those were some good guys. We don't see that anymore. A lot of it is more schematic, system and all things like that. Even AB and all those guys, it's still a lot of stuff that gets these guys open. Shanahan doesn't do that. He just wants you to get separation. And he can scheme you open, but, man, we don't know how this is going to go. We don't know. But I think I'm jumping out the window, and I'm putting the pressure on them to get better and be better. They should be better. And one more thing I want to say. One more thing. Shanahan needs an OC. I've been saying this for quite some time now. This is your 3rd year, bruh. You don't have to continue calling the plays. You need to focus more on coaching, because we had 3 touchdowns took back on Sunday, and it was because of penalties. Penalties that are not allowed by good head coaches. You never see anybody on the Patriots make the same mistake twice. They are disciplined. Where's the discipline, Kyle? We need that. If you're going to be a good coach in this league, the penalties have to come down. That was too many penalties. Too many penalties. We had about 11 or 12 penalties, and 3 of them were big ones because they were touchdown plays that were called back. So we've got to do better on that, and I think Shanahan needs to work on that. I think he needs to coach the team. Focus on just coaching the whole team as a whole and get somebody else in to call the plays. I would like to see what somebody else would do and how they would call it up. You game plan better than anybody. You can keep doing that. But give the playbook to somebody else and draw it up. Let's see how that would go. How about that? Because I'm sick of getting all these damn penalties. It's not called for, okay? It's totally uncalled for. We've got to get better at that, all right? So we'll see how it goes, man. John Lynch, the general manager, gave Garappolo some much-needed, they said, vote of confidence. Where is the confidence? You don't have it already? Something's going on with that man. And I want to say bad that I don't know if he can handle the pressure. The big contract, the high expectations, I'm not sure if he can handle it. Hopefully he shows me tomorrow. Yeah, that K.O.D.S. motherfucker talking shit. How about that? How about that? Touchdown. Throw me 300 yards, man. Give me a 300 passing yard game. We don't never get 300 yard passing quarterbacks. I mean, you can really count the number of times Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick done that shit. I mean, we don't have 300 yard passes anymore. We need Garappolo to throw over 300 yards and give me 3 touchdowns, and no picks. How about that? Make better decisions, no picks. Forget all this wishy-washy crap. Give me a football game tomorrow. And I'm going to say that you're going to do it because I am trying to believe in you and say that you're going to be better, and that's just rust. And, even though I got tucked back, but he avoided the sack, and he ran on that leg. He's gotten a few hits. I don't think it's mentally the leg anymore. I think he just got to be better. And I need Shanahan to believe that he's going to be better and stop calling these little bullshit plays, and let's see him go down the field. I need him to be better deep on the deep ball. He went to go see Tom Condon, the former pitcher coach or whatever, who's been helping quarterbacks like Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Alex Smith in the past, and it's worked. I ain't quite seen that shit with Garappolo. And he spent a whole month with him after minicamp, before training camp. So let's get it, man. 35-13, Niners win. I'm contradicting everything I said by giving them that many points on the win. I think it'll be a mixture of the offense and a mixture of the defense getting turnovers. I think Richard Sherman may even have another pick, even though he needs to stop the holding and he needs to show me that he can still cover. But he is 31, And even though he may be healthy, the pressure got him and Spoon those picks last week. But overall, Spoon did look better than Sherm. If you just take away the pick sixes that was forced by pressure, he just seemed to cover better than Sherm did. Spoon went over there and ended up getting Mike Evans, and he did a pretty good job with him. Happy to see it. Maybe he's getting back to the rookie year. Let's get it. I'm going to get up out of here, man. 35-13. That's my prediction. You can give your score at the bottom. Comment. If you say we're going to lose 27-20, fine. That's your prediction. You know, if you're right, I'm going to shoot you out. All right? This your boy K.O.D.S, man. It's been another episode of the 4-9 Show. I hope y'all enjoyed. Man, you know the thing, man. Red and gold. Till I'm dead and cold.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell.